Oh, get a good stretch sometimes, man. Run it back nation. What is good? It is your boy DJ Eastwood, Run It Back Philly. No frauds, no fanboys, no intros. Never have I ever, not a single time, ever had an intro. We're going to talk about Joel Embiid's extension and all the details about it, and I want to give some of my opinions on it, on the length of it, how I feel about it. And also, the second part of this video, Jason Kelce spoke out against the Sixers ownership and how they went about this whole arena thing. And I want you to hear, what Jason Kelce said and, how he feels about it. And I want to know how you also feel about it in the comments. Give me 1 million likes on this video. If you don't hit the like button, you're going to have bad luck for 7 years. And this is brought to you by our friends at BETUS. Thank you to BETUS for paying me money to make 76ers content. I never thought I would see the day. We're on BETUS website over here, okay? And under NBA specials, with the news of Joel Embiid signing an extension, we're going to celebrate a little bit by clicking on records right here, okay? Last year, Joel Embiid had a 70-point game. Kobe Bryant, has the highest points in a single game with 81 post-Wilt Chamberlain era. Okay, we know Wilt had the 100-point game, but Wilt is a mythical creature. I'm still not sure if he's even a real person. Any player to score 82-plus points, plus 5,000. Okay, Joel Embiid had a 70-point game, and every time he has a super high-scoring game, it's usually a blowout, and he usually does it in like 3.5 quarters or doesn't play the fourth quarter at all. If we were to get a game where Joel Embiid was rolling like that and it's a close game and he has to stay in, he might actually drop 82 points in a game. So let's throw $20 on that to pay us $1,000. You can get 150% deposit bonus on your first 3 deposits up to $2,000 over on BetUS by using promo code YouTube150. Now, before I talk about the Joel Embiid contract extension, I have to admit something. Yesterday, I posted a clip of me and my guy Mike Sports Vibes, and we were discussing this tweet. This is not a real tweet. I got duped. I got hoodwinked. I got straight up bamboozled by a fake Twitter page. I thought it was Legion Hoops. It's Lagon Hoops. It's not real. And, they posted this. I was wondering why not more people were talking about it. I should have been able to put 2 and 2 together, bro, to be honest with you. I mean, that's actually, that's just fucking ridiculous on my part to not even realize that this is a fake tweet. But no, Kyle Lowry did not announce that this upcoming NBA season is his last season. That did not happen. But it doesn't really change the narrative. It should probably be his last season. He should probably be retire. And all of the conversation that we had about Kyle Lowry and what you want him to do on this team or what you would like his role to be on this team to be is still valid because Kyle Lowry's 71 years old. And, whether he retires or not doesn't really change the point of the conversation we were having. Anyway, Joel Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers have agreed to a 3-year, $192 million contract extension, sources told Ramona Shelbourne. Now, with Woj retiring from sports reporting, Ramona Shelbourne is trying to be the next Woj. We will see if our favorite lunch lady accomplishes that goal. But there you go. Joel Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers agree to a $192 million extension, 3 years, right? That would be, Joel Embiid would be 34 by the end of this extension. And here's what Joel Embiid said. Philadelphia is home. I want to be here for the rest of my career. I love this community and everything you've given me and my family. There's a lot more work to do. You guys deserve a championship, and I think we're just getting started. #trust the process. Let me know in the comments how you feel about Joel Embiid signing this and basically remaining in Philly until he retires. I don't really see Joel Embiid playing basketball past age 34. It would be miraculous, really. If you watch him right now, compared to when he first came in the league, and the fact that every time he dunks now he has to do a somersault so he doesn't break his knees in half. He's very, very, very talented. He's the most talented center I've ever seen as far as sheer basketball talent. But he's on the downside, you know what I mean. And so by the end of this contract, guys, I really, it's an extension too, which is through, what year is it through actually? What's his current contract going to? I should have researched that. Joel Embiid contract. According to the deal, which includes a player option in the 2028-29 season. It's 2024, 24-25. So, yeah, four years from now, actually. So he will be 35 in the last year of this contract, where he will have a player option, so they still gave him that. Now, a couple of things I want to say. First of all, I don't care about the money. I don't like when people look at NBA money and they initially go, oh, it's way too much money for a player that hasn't won a ring. That's way too much. But is it your money? Is it your money? The NBA has salary caps and max slot contracts. The max amount of money is allotted to the player that can earn the max contract. But you know what's way too much money? How much the billionaire owners are making. Like, look at the guys that are writing the checks. Cry about that amount of money, not this amount of money. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I don't care about the money. It literally doesn't matter. It keeps going up. Regular people can't fathom making $200 million, but it is what it is. It's something we just you gotta let it go. Stop crying about the money. What else did I want to say? Oh, yeah. This also solidifies the fact that the Philadelphia 76ers are never going to move on from Joel Embiid until he retires. And that's just the right thing to do. Because, first of all, it's a business decision. You shouldn't be shocked about this. Like, realistically, if an ownership group was interested in winning in the future and being relevant for as long as possible, or being competitive for as long as possible, they would trade players right around right now to flip them for assets and players and try to continue to try to get ahead of a rebuild, right? Like they would have traded Allen Iverson before he got to the point where he eventually got traded to the Detroit Pistons or wherever when he was completely out of his prime. You would try to get ahead of a rebuild if you really wanted to be competitive for to continue to flip and continue to be competitive. What I'm trying to say is owners are not going to do that, especially these Sixers owners. So the whole trade Embiid thing, it's a non-conversation. It doesn't matter because it's never going to happen, and here's why it's never going to happen. As a business owner, they drafted Joel Embiid. They turned a $500 million purchase into $3 billion literally because they drafted Joel Embiid. Do you understand what I'm saying? So as a business, you're just going to run that until it's dry. If they never win, and if Joel Embiid retires at 35, and the Sixers, say Tyrese Maxey's great, but they don't have a lot of other pieces around him, and it ends up a Damian Lillard Portland situation, and he's really good, but they're a bad team, and they go back into being non-relevant, they'll just sell the team. They don't care. Why should they care? They're making their business moves and their profit. And if it seems like, after Joel Embiid's career is about to go down, they're just going to sell the team. So they're never going to flip Joel Embiid. They're going to flip the business, if anything. That's a point I was just trying to make. I hope that I got that across clear. I want to ask you, how do you feel about an extra 3 years in Joel Embiid's injury history? Again, I think it's a tough situation to be in, but he's so damn good when he's healthy. I'm talking all-time good. I'm talking fucking legendary status good. Like, when he's healthy, he's one of the best basketball players we've ever watched play the game. That's not an exaggeration. And with that in mind, you just absolutely have to go back and try again and again and again and again and again. You have no choice. If he gets hurt again, he gets hurt again. But when you have a player like this, you have to just keep trying, because if you do get that 1 year where he doesn't get hurt, you win the whole thing. Now, he did average 30, 10, and 6 in the damn Knicks series last year, that was off a knee surgery. He was injured still. If you do, in the next 4 years, get a season where he doesn't get hurt, it's going to be legendary, and you just have to keep taking that chance. That's how I feel about that. I also want to throw out there that Knicks fans are idiots. You're never getting Joel Embiid. You act like you hate Joel Embiid with all the fucking Embiid chants and the playoffs and everything, but then you, around every trade deadline, you post a jersey swap of Joel Embiid in a Knicks jersey because you secretly would love Joel Embiid to be on your team. You're never, ever, ever getting your hands on Joel Embiid, you dirty scoundrel Knicks fans. I want you to know that. You're stuck with slide-canceling Jalen Brunson, who relies on officials more than anything else, and a bunch of third-option role players. Yeah, let's talk about the Jason Kelce thing, man. Hey, give me all your opinions on all of that in the comments. So, Jason Kelce weighs in on potential new 76ers arena and explains why the process bothers him. He says, I really hate it. And I think I have a take on Jason Kelce's comments that's probably not that popular. But essentially, like, I hate it. Yeah, you can hate capitalism and you can hate billionaires being billionaires and making billionaire moves. But you shouldn't be shocked that this is what these people do. They don't live in the world that we live in. They get in a they literally come to a meeting, they fly away in a fucking helicopter to their mansion in Miami, and they go take a nap on a yacht. Like, it's not they're not regular people. Here's what he said. He joined WIP and he said, I would prefer the Sixers stay in South Philly, unquestionably. I agree with that. I love the arena being in South Philly in the complex. I'll say this, when it does get built in Center City and all these people are displaced, at the end of the day, people are probably going to love it. In 10 years, all of this is going to be different, and we're probably going to be really happy that there's a beautiful complex that was developed down there in a thriving part of the city. Right now, I really hate it. Having grown up in Cleveland, he talks about the Cleveland Browns and their ownership. All of these people have devoted all of their time, all of their efforts, all of their money, and a lifetime of fandom towards this team, and now you're going to strong-arm people against what the city wants. I really have a hard time being okay with that. I'm not okay with that. I think it's wrong. Yeah, it is wrong, but it's what billionaires do. Look what they did when they bought the team. You could get into a Sixers game for $3, right? As soon as Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons were both healthy, ticket prices went ×5, dude. Concession prices went up. They did. It was all a business plan. This shouldn't be a shock to anybody. It shouldn't be a shock that the ownership is not like, let's talk about what the fans want, you know? Let's talk about what Philadelphians want, you know? Let's not do what's going to make us the most money. Let's talk about what Philadelphians want. If you go to Harrison Blitzer website, they act like they're a community-run organization that cares about the people of Philadelphia. The ownership group isn't Philadelphian, Kelce said. It's got a New Jersey Devils team, a Philadelphia team, and now a Washington team. Now they're forcing the city to do what this guy wants, and it sucks. Why would the ownership group be Philadelphian? Who in Philadelphia has enough money to own the fucking 76ers? So I'll tell you how many people. 0 people. Not even Will Smith. All right? And he's not anywhere near Philadelphia anymore. So there's Jason Kelce's take on it. I mean, I think I completely, I get being angry about billionaires and capitalism in general, but you shouldn't be shocked that a couple of billionaires are not trying to do what they feel is going to double, quadruple their already massive, insane, unnecessary profits. I'm not okay with it. I think it's wrong. Yeah, they strong-armed the city. They threatened to go to New Jersey so that the city would give them what they want. It is snake. It is snake-like business. But how do you think they became billionaires in the first place? By being snakes. By having offshore accounts and finding ways to not pay taxes, etc. At the end of the day, all of these people will have to answer to God and not us. All right. I think that's all I have on this. Thank you for joining me today. I will talk to you guys very soon. Thank you to BetUS for sponsoring the show. I'm out of here.